Thank you for joining me for Spears Movement Monday today. My name is Kate. I am a physical therapist from Spears East 56th Street location. I'm really excited to share this experience with you and to connect with you all through what I love most, which is yoga. So this is going to be an all levels class. If this is your very first class of yoga, don't be afraid. I'm going to give you modifications and variations to poses to hopefully make it as accessible to everyone as possible. With that being said, I am unable to see you, so I can't correct any poses that you're doing. So it's important to remember that you should listen to your body. If there's something that I'm telling you to do within the class, make sure that if your body's telling you it doesn't feel right, take a step back, honor what your body is telling you, and it's not important to be able to do every single pose in this class. What's important is that we're connecting your breath with your movement. So with that all being said, let's get started. I'll have you guys start in a nice, comfortable seated position on your mat. I'm going to get some music going here. All right. So we'll come to a nice, comfortable seated position. I'll have you bring your hands to your lap if that's comfortable for you. You could gently close the eyes. We'll just bring our attention to our breath. Starting to create some breath that's going to calm us down, soothe us. So a big, nice inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. Another one, inhale through the nose. And then exhale. When you're ready, I'll have you draw your right ear to the right shoulder, getting a nice stretch through the upper trap, the side of the neck. If this feels okay for you, feel free to stay here. If you want to take it a little bit further, maybe walk the left hand out to the side or add some overpressure with that right hand. From here, we'll just draw the chin towards the shoulder. So now the stretch is changing from the outside of the neck to more so the back of the neck. You can keep the hands here, maybe walk the left hand in if it's too intense. And then release the hands down. We'll roll the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Again, choosing if you want to take it further by walking the right hand out and then bringing some overpressure with the left hand. And then again from here, just drawing the chin towards the shoulder. Good, then return the hands to your lap, the neck to neutral. We'll inhale, the arms reach up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, the right hand comes down towards the floor. We'll start to walk the fingertips out. Maybe the left arm reaches up and over, getting a nice stretch through the left side body, but not collapsing through the right side body. Inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, same thing to the other side. Left hand goes down towards the mat, walking the fingertips out, stretching out the right arm up and over. And the gaze can either look up towards the ceiling. If that's not comfortable for your neck, feel free to look down towards the floor. Inhale, coming back up. And we'll come in for a twist here. So you'll bring the right hand behind your back. Left hand comes to the right thigh. We'll inhale as we grow tall through the spine. And then exhale as we twist over the right side. Inhale, coming back to center. Same thing, other side. Right hand comes to the left thigh or knee. Left arm comes behind us. We inhale as we grow tall, and then exhale as we twist a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Bringing those hands down to our heart. We'll close the eyes, maybe bow the head slightly, and just come up with an intention for today's practice. Maybe that's something that we're working on or working towards, but just let that intention drive us through the rest of your practice today. Good. Once you've come up with that, let's meet on our hands and knees. We'll warm up the spine a little bit further with some cat and cows. So on your inhale, you're going to drop the belly down, bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round the spine, gaze towards your belly button. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you round the back, gaze to the belly. We'll do a couple more here on your own pace, letting your breath guide your movement. Good. After that next round, let's meet in a neutral spine. You'll keep the left hand where it is. We'll inhale the right arm up and towards the ceiling. Exhale as we thread that arm in between the left hand and the left thigh. And then pushing ourselves back up to tabletop. Same thing on the other side. Keep the right hand where it is. We'll inhale, left arm reaches up. And exhale as we thread it in between the right arm and right thigh. Inhale, coming back up, and dropping that hand down. We'll tuck the toes underneath us, and we're going to lift the knees up just to hover. We're in a bear position here. And then when you're ready, we're going to scoop the belly up, raise the hips up, coming in for our first downward dog. So your hamstrings might be a little bit tight here. Make sure you're just taking it slow, listening to your body. And take a moment to just walk out the legs here, bending one knee and then the next. And then bringing the gaze up towards your hands, we're going to bend the knees and then step forward to the front of your mat. Bending the knees here for your first forward fold, let the head dangle. If your hamstrings are really tight, feel free to bend the knees as much as you want. The hands can be on the shins or blocks, whatever is accessible to you. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend the knees deeper. Inhale as the arms raise up overhead. And then exhale the hands to prayer. We're going to do a couple sun salutations just to get us a little bit warmed up. So when you're ready, we'll inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bending the knees, forward folding. Hands come down, the head is relaxed. We'll inhale as we straighten the spine, shine the heart forward. Exhale, fold deeper, plant the hands. We'll step back with the right foot. And then the left, coming in for our froggy pose. So all of the weight is in our heels. And then coming forward into a high plank. If this is too much, feel free to bend the knees. For our first version of chaturanga, you're going to keep the knees down and then lower the body all the way down towards the floor. We'll untuck the toes, inhale, as we come up for cobra, making sure that the neck is not cranking back here. You want to keep the neck and the gaze in a nice neutral position. And then from here, tucking the toes, we'll push ourselves up and through to downward dog. Again, keeping a nice bend in the knees here if that's what your body needs. Gaze comes back up towards the hands. We'll step forward with the right foot, and then the left meeting in a forward fold. Inhale as we shine the heart forward. Exhale as we fold deeper, relaxing the head and neck. Bending the knees, reverse swan dive up to stand. And then exhale the hands down to prayer. We're going to do the same thing 2 more times, but different variations of chaturanga. So if you feel like that was right for you and right for your body, feel free to keep doing that. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, just follow along with me. So we'll inhale as the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over bent knees. Inhale as you straighten your spine, shine your heart forward. Exhale, folding deeper. Planting the hands, we'll step back with the left foot, and then the right, coming back into froggy. Shifting the weight forward into your high plank on your inhale. On your exhale, you're going to drop the knees, and we'll do a mini push-up. And then from here, sliding forward into upward facing dog. So just the tops of your feet and your hands are on the mat. And then exhale, we're going to scoop the belly, lift the hips, downward dog. Gaze comes towards the hands. We'll inhale as we step forward with the left foot, followed by the right into your forward fold. Inhale, straight spine, shine the heart. And then exhale, folding deeper. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive up to stand. And exhale the hands to heart center. One more time, we'll do a full version of chaturanga here. So inhale as the arms come up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward over bent knees. Inhale, shine your heart forward. Exhale, folding deeper. Plant the hands. You can step or hop back to froggy. Then shift the weight forward into your high plank. You can do either of those variations of chaturanga that we just did. You can do a mini push-up, or you can do a full chaturanga here. So you're going to bend the elbows about 90 degrees. Flip the feet, inhale, upward facing dog. Shoulders are nice and relaxed here. And then scoop the belly, lift the hips, downward dog on your exhale. Gaze comes forward, we'll bend the knees, and you can step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Inhale as you straighten your spine. Exhale as you fold deeper. Bending the knees, reverse swan dive up to stand. And then exhale the hands to heart center. All right, good job, guys. We're going to inhale, the arms come back up overhead. And then exhale, folding deeper. Inhale as we shine the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. We'll step back just to a downward dog here. Taking a couple breaths here. Relaxing the head and neck. Maybe we'll power through the legs here. So we'll take a couple breaths. Inhale as you bend the knees. Grow longer through the spine. And then exhale as you power the legs. Draw the heels down towards the floor. Inhale, bend the knees, lengthen the spine. Exhale, power the legs. Heels draw towards the floor. From here, we'll inhale, the left leg reaches up towards the sky. Then bring it forward. Plant the foot in between the hands. From here, we can come up high onto the fingertips. We'll just start to rock forward and back a little bit. Getting deeper into the hips. And then bend the back knee, untuck the toes. We'll inhale as the chest raises up, the hands come to the hips. So from here, we want to make sure we're doing a posterior pelvic tilt. So you're tucking your tailbone under, And then from here, we're just slowly going to sit the hips forward. Get a nice stretch through the right hip flexor. If you want to take it further, you can lift that right arm up overhead and then reach up and over towards the left. You'll get into the psoas a little bit deeper. You'll also feel a nice stretch through the right side body. Good, coming back up to center. Bringing the hands down to frame the foot. We'll tuck the back toe under, extend that back leg, and then step back into your downward dog. From here, we'll lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bring that knee forward, plant it in between the hands. Again, coming up high onto the fingertips, rocking forward and back. And then dropping that back knee, untucking the toes. We'll inhale as the chest comes up, the hands come to the hips. Again, tucking the tailbone underneath us, and then sitting the hips forward slightly to get into that left hip flexor. Again, either staying here or maybe lifting the left arm up overhead on your inhale, and exhale up and over towards the right side. Coming back through to center, we'll drop both hands down to frame the foot, tucking the back toe under, extending that leg, and stepping back into your downward dog. We'll go through a vinyasa here, so shift your weight forward into your high plank. Choose your variation of chaturanga. Flip the feet, inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders down and relaxed. And then exhale, downward dog. From here, we'll lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Bring that knee towards your nose, plant the foot in between the hands. Straighten out both legs, pivot the feet over towards the right, and then walk the hands in towards the middle of your mat. We'll come in for a standing straddle position here. Again, the knees can be as bent as you need here. You can also grab onto blocks or just have the hands onto the shins if you're not able to reach the floor. From here, relax the neck, let it all go. Getting a nice stretch through the hamstrings, the adductors. And then walk the hands back over to the front of your mat. We're going to step forward with the right foot to meet the left in a forward fold. Inhale as we shine the heart forward. And then exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Bending the knees, reverse swan dive up to stand. And exhale as you bring the hands down to your heart. All right, good job, guys. We're going to do some standing balance here. So if your balance is not so great, feel free to stand next to a wall where you can hold on to, or even a chair. What we're going to do is ground down through that right leg. So you want to ground down through the ball of your big toe, the outside edge of your foot, and your heel. And when you're ready, we'll bring the left foot either into a tripod, so the heel is above the ankle, the toes on the ground, or to the inside of the right calf or right thigh. Good. From here, we can bring our hands to prayer. If you're comfortable here, maybe you want to extend the arms up. It's important here to remember that we're not sinking into this right hip. So you're using these outer hip muscles to keep you nice and tall here, and the core is engaged. If you want to challenge your balance even further, feel free to close the eyes. Good. We'll inhale, bring the hands back down to prayer if they're not already. And then lift that left leg up off your right thigh, hug it in towards the chest, and then release it down. Shake out the leg a little bit if you need to. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Grounding down through the left leg. and then choosing where to place that right foot. Hands come to prayer at heart center. And then again, maybe raising those arms overhead. Choosing to maybe play around with closing the eyes. And then bring the hands back down. Lift that right leg up, hug it in towards our chest. And then release it down. Good job, guys. All right, let's come back to the front of our mat. We'll inhale as the arms raise up overhead. Exhale as you forward fold over bent knees. Inhale as you shine your heart forward. Exhale. Sink deeper into that forward fold. Plant the hands. We'll step back into our downward dog. We're going to come in for pigeon pose. I'll show you the full variation, and then I'll show you different modifications you can make. So we'll inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling. Bring that knee towards your nose. Plant it down next to the right wrist, and the foot next to the left wrist. You can stay here if it feels okay. You can place a block or a pillow underneath the right hip. If this is totally not accessible to you, what you can do instead is the same exact pose just on your back. So you'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. We'll come down onto your back and then just hug that knee in towards your chest. Pushing out maybe the right knee with the right elbow. Good, so whichever variation you're in, we'll take a couple breaths here. We tend to hold a lot of tension, a lot of stress in our hips, so it's always nice to get a nice stretch with them. And then when you're ready, on your next exhale, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll tuck the back toe under, extend that back leg, shoot that leg back for downward dog. Whichever variation you're in, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll lift the left leg up, bring it in towards your nose, drop that knee down next to the left wrist, the left ankle next to the right wrist, and then inhale as you lift the chest up, and exhale as you fold forward. Another thing to remember here is that you don't want to sit back onto that left hip in this pose. You want to make sure the hips are squared, the hips are even. And again, just taking a few breaths here. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. We'll tuck the back toe under, extend the leg, kicking back into downward dog. Coming up high onto the toes, bending the knees down into your tabletop. And then just bringing the legs around, coming in for a nice seated position. From here, I'll have you extend the left leg long, bring the right foot in towards the inside of the left thigh. The right knee falls out to the right side. We'll inhale, the arms come up, and then exhale as you forward fold over that leg. Trying to keep the spine straight here. We don't want to round too much. Coming back up, we'll bring that right knee up, and then step the right foot on the outside of the left thigh. We'll come in for another spinal twist here. Go ahead and place your right hand behind your back. We'll inhale as we lengthen that left arm up overhead, lengthen the spine, and then exhale as we twist over. Maybe the gaze follows the right shoulder. On your next exhale, untwisting. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and extend the right leg out. Left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, both arms reach up overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Coming back up to center, lifting that left knee up, stepping the foot on the outside of the right thigh. Left hand comes behind you, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and then twist over towards the left. Coming back to center, bringing both feet out in front of you, we'll slowly start to lower ourselves onto the mat, hugging both knees in towards our chest. From here, we can come into happy baby. So either grabbing the outside of our feet or taking our two peace sign fingers and grabbing around our big toe. From here, you can straighten out one leg and then the next. Just listening to your body, doing whatever feels right for you here in this moment. Maybe extending both legs out. And then bringing the legs straight up towards the ceiling. I'm going to have you extend the legs straight out as you can. We're going to do one core exercise before I let you guys relax into shavasana. So what you're going to do is make sure that the back of the small of your back is flat against the mat, so the core is engaged here. We're going to slowly lower the heels down towards the floor and keep the core engaged the whole time. So when you're ready, we're going to lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then fully relax. Let the legs externally rotate, the feet fall out to the side. Let the palms come to face up towards the ceiling, open to receive all the energy and positive light that we created. And gently close the eyes. Take a moment to come back to your breath, to come back to that intention that you set. Fully relaxing here. I want to guide you guys through a contemplation meditation. So while you're just laying here nice and relaxed, let's all take some time to give some gratitude. Talk about or think about what you are grateful for. With everything going on in this time, it's easy to kind of forget all the good things that we should be grateful for. Whether it's your health, your family's health. And once you've done that, I want you to bring your attention to forgiveness. So first, I'd like you to forgive others for whatever may have happened. Maybe you're stuck in quarantine with your family and, tensions are rising and someone just kind of was a little angry with you and took their emotions out on you. So just forgive them mentally. There's no purpose of holding on to anything that's not serving you, so just let it go. And then once you've done that, I want you to offer forgiveness. So maybe you were the one who lashed out on a family member or a loved one. So in your head, mentally ask them for forgiveness. And then finally, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your imperfections. We're always growing and trying to be a better person, so the only way you can do that is if you forgive yourself and move on from it. And then finally, I'd like you guys to ask for guidance. Ask for help. Put whatever you want to happen into the universe and let it help you. Ask some family members or some coworkers for help with whatever you need, and just put it out there. So you guys are welcome to stay in shavasana for a little bit longer if you'd like. If you need to get back to your day, let's create some little movements in your body, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, and then rolling onto one side, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can still have the eyes closed or just a light gaze down towards the floor. When you're ready, we'll bring the arms up overhead on your inhale. Bring the hands together. We'll slowly lower them down through your third eye chakra, the space in between your eyebrows, to seal in your practice. Thank yourself for coming and getting some movement in your day. And then bring your hands down to your heart. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each one of you. Namaste. So thank you guys so much for joining me for Spears Movement Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, or you want to schedule a telehealth appointment with me, my email is cselva, SELVA, @spearcenter.com. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks again for coming.